Hello everybody, this is Nick, and today I'm bringing you a filter. It's a very high pass filter in C#. But let me make a disclaimer here. This is a crude high pass filter. It is not a good high pass filter. It is pretty good and it's pretty efficient, but it's not the way to do it. Let me show you. Now at first it loads a frame that I saved from previous video about photography something. If you are interested, go check that out. But it loads the frame and it is not activated. But as soon as you change the value on the track bar here on the slider, it loads the high pass filter, and you can see the high pass filter allows just very high frequencies to pass on. These frequencies here, it means that this is a very sharp. This here is very sharp. This here is very sharp. There are a lot of details, and that's why would you use a high pass filter, to see where your details are. And maybe you want to sharpen the image, but it's not good high pass filter. As you can see, going to a value of 84 threshold, you can see it picked out some of the noise. This is a PNG image exported from Premiere, but that's not important. You can use any image. This is made for HD images, but you can see the code, you can modify it easily. I'll maybe post it on GitHub some day. Now this is pretty much the code. It says it has a global image input image variable. There you when you load the form, the input image is set, it's loaded from the application executable path, and it has the test frame.png. Let me show you how you can get there. You can just click on the high pass image filter, and you can open a folder in File Explorer, and in the bin and debug folder you can see, you can put the image here, or you can just put your own image here and it would load it. Now these here are just calculations so when resizing the image, it stays with the aspect ratio. It's a little trick of mine. In the back, it just remembers the previous size, resizing. It remembers the previous size and then calculates with simple formula. Now here is the main function that returns a bitmap of the high pass of the image filtered in high pass. The parameters of these functions are of this function are just the input image and the threshold value. It goes just once through every pixel. That's what's great about this function. It's very efficient, and if it calculates it calculates the high pass filtering in a relationship if in the previous pixel. So the previous pixel is in the horizontal row, the previous pixel in the horizontal row. If the change in value in color is bigger than the threshold, that means a high frequency. Here just pixel averaging function, nothing these two functions work together. And this is when the value of the track bar 1 is changed. It is updated, the picture box image, it's updated by a new high pass filter on the input image. So that's why it's a global variable. You put it here. It's as I said, it's a crude, very high frequency filter. It's not how I would do it if I had a job. Like if I had serious job, this is not the way to do it, but it's a great example, and it's a great starting and stepping point in the pixel manipulation in C#. So it's a great thing to give to your students to think about this very efficient way. It's a very efficient way because it only goes through the image just once through every pixel. It doesn't loop pixels over and over again, but as I said, it's a crude way. The most important thing is it works for things that don't need to be very precise. So I would leave it here. Thanks.